Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Let's see here. Let me look up. Let me look up. Let me look up here. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let me see some more states other than the states that I have listed. Let me see some more states. I'll take up to about maybe 8 different states that I'll add to this list today only. Reserving energy is important these days. New York. New York is a good one. Okay, North Carolina dropped 811. We got 760, 8437, and 9917. We got Massachusetts. Okay, New York. 840 523 0238 5044. Okay, and Massachusetts. 1344 0323. Okay, let's start off with that 1344 real quick. 1434. 1443. 3144. 3414. 3441. Massachusetts. You can see right here in the feed, this was on 10/13, ladies and gentlemen. Going forward, you see, going forward, just pay close attention. 10/13, 2025, 2:58 p.m. Anyone who stays within their budget, with what their budget would allow them and what it can stand, you know what? You can manifest these types of wins every day, only if you follow the simple winning instructions. So let's kind of go back. It won't let me go back that far, but I'm going to take you to, let's see here, right here. Nope, let's go right there. That's what we'll do. We'll go right there. And we'll do right there. A 5-year-old in Massachusetts could figure this out. Ladies and gentlemen, I said I promise the fire would manifest from 10/13 to 10/20, also guaranteeing it would go to your state. I don't care where you live. Massachusetts. Promise kept. Here's your proof. Oh, no, I take that back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see here. I got to go back. That was not the fire. It wasn't the fire. It's the number up under the fire. It's not the fire. So we got to take that off of there. And it's just a guaranteed hit. Guaranteed to fall that day. So watch out for 0203. That's the fire. Okay. That's your fire. 3023 0323. Watch out for 0203 4370 3022 8320. Okay, I'm going to move on up to the 5044. 5404. 5440. 0445. 0454. 0544. 4045. Watch out for 4046. New York, 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 New York. What's up, New York? What's up, New York? What's up, New York? I want to know what's up, New York. I said between 1010 and 1017. Also guarantee your state, New York. I promised the number one number would go to your state. By the 17th, ladies and gentlemen, with proof in writing. All you had to do was focus on my top 4 digits, which I promise the first 2 big money patterns. Big money patterns, ladies and gentlemen, is what's winning in my game. I said that they will manifest. I didn't say that they may or they might or maybe or I think. Y'all should know I don't know how to do that shit. So again and again and again, you will see these miraculous wins over and over and over again. Let's drop that highlight on that one right there. That indicates that I gave you the number one number. I told you all you got to do is do the number one number and fire. But you guys are just making it way too tough. Too tough. But I do have some good listeners. I got some very good listeners. I got about 2 to 3 members right now doing about, I guess about maybe 2 to 3 grand a day. Easy with just 3 digits. With just the 3 digits. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, I make this look relatively easy, but it's rather difficult to stay this accurate. 0238, 0283, 0328. That's a good one. 038 deuce. Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, where is my cheat sheet? That's going to tell me a lot. Okay, 03820 823 0832. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I am talking about. Sacred information. I received a call at 2:30 a.m. from the cosmos, and they told me, look, do it precisely like this. And I did it. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. If you just take it right here, focus on the top 5. That's the main deal right there. You got to focus on those top 5. What are you focusing on? 4 digits, right? They will manifest from 1012 to 1018. I also guarantee 1, 2, 3. The number 4 number in your state. New York, guaranteed to manifest in New York with proof that I got the call at 2:30 a.m. I answered the call, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Well, watch this. We're going to go a little step further. We're going to go a little step further. Watch this. So, we just did that 0832. Watch this. 2038 2083 2308 2380. I ain't even going to start writing. Just going to let you know I know a little something about what I'm doing. Not number 1, but number 2. Focus on my top 5 4 digits, which I promised the top 2. 1, 2. Fall on the 15th. Yesterday was the 14th, ladies and gentlemen. They said you better do something with this one here. The very last number you see, ladies and gentlemen, will fall first. Do y'all see that right there? That's a double hitter. I'm tearing them up right there all day, every day. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I see it. Y'all see that? A 5-year-old can pick this stuff up and say, you know what? I ain't got to go to college. I ain't got to do none of that bullshit. I'm just going to sit here and keep making millions on top of millions. Guaranteed. Let's see here. Let's see here. We got promised. Massachusetts and New York. Bam. Promise. Triple dollar signs. Focusing on the top 5 4 digits and those triple dollar signs. Man, oh man. Somebody gonna get paid. So as you can see, I know how to promise a number and it fall. Again and again and again and again. Okay, now let's go check a look. Let's go take a look at some of these other numbers here. Let's go take a look at what is that there? 2580. your 2580, your 2580, your 2508. 2058, 2085. 2805, 2850, 0258, 0285, 0528, 058 deuce, 0825, 0852, 5028, 5082, 52, 80, 5802, 5820, 8025, 805 deuce, 8205, 8250, 8502, 8520. So I want you to write down 8520. That is going to be a traveling 24-way combination. It is the sum of 15. So watch out for 5550. Watch out for 8700. Watch out for 5541, 5523. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take you right into my Discord, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to just look at what can be done by following simple winning instructions. Let's see, did I go too far? What is this right here? That's 14, Georgia Knight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay close attention to the big money patterns. Big money patterns are pairs, sums, and combinations that consistently repeat themselves over and over and over again. I get this information by way of energy, frequency, and vibration during transcendental meditation. So again, when we see, hear, and feel a thing and don't pay any attention to it, it's going to become like a null and void thing to you in the future. But once you begin to grasp everything around you, that's when you'll be able to know that you are vibrating at a frequency that you can absorb and be able to see these things in the reality that you're about to see right now. So again, your 877, I predicted the only number on fire would fall straight 877. This number was given to me on 10/11 after the Texas drawing in the night. Said keep it on fire, I kept it on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, these numbers are not lying. When you see over and over and over again The same number is telling you, hey, look, I am not finished. I'm going to continue to keep doing what I'm doing on a higher level each and every single time. So again, this is a North Carolina number. This dropped between the 12th and the 18th. The only number on fire. 738, 738, 1, 2, 3, straight guaranteed between 10-9, 10-16, 738. This is Georgia. Six, 8, 5, 5. That's Georgia. Only number on fire. 5091. Only number on fire. How many people are seeing this? This is within hours. I promise this will happen. Only number on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, 053 straight. Congratulations, Jesus, 150 bonbons. 053 straight. Following winning instructions. Vida Loca, 300 bonbons. Vida Loca, another 300 bonbons, following simple winning instructions. Big Money West, another member following simple winning instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 475. I guaranteed 475 would fall straight. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my top two numbers would fall straight. $4120. I told you that number would fall over and over and over again. There it is right there. Georgia dropped it. Texas dropped it. Six, 7, 2, 8, ladies and gentlemen, you're 6, 7, 2, 8. In Michigan, I promised that combination would fall on yesterday's date. Let me see, I only guaranteed those so far. But as you can see, focus on my top 4 digits. 3541 told us this, ladies and gentlemen, at 2:40 p.m. It said, look, they will manifest 1014, the same damn day. Ladies and gentlemen, 996. My man, Big Money West, was watching the live. I told you, boom, boom, boom. Only number on fire. I also mentioned that not very many people would be playing those numbers. $600 straight. 060. Number one number, 589, promise kept straight and to hit by the deadline. Again, ladies and gentlemen, My numbers will not lie. I've been doing this for millenniums, and I'm telling you, numbers don't lie. Again and again and again and again, I can prove to you, I can put the number one number and it will manifest. But if you don't believe it, you're not going to receive it. 589 straight. Promised. Number one number. And I promised it would hit by the deadline. Ladies and gentlemen, 811, 811, 811, 811, 811. I triple dollar signed it. The very last number you see, I promised my VIP that the very last number you see will fall first. Forgot to do your 600. You forgot to do that 475, which you promised. That's straight, ladies and gentlemen, 811. Congratulations, Vita Loca, 225. Congratulations again, Vita Loca, 75. Vita Loca tearing them up, 900. Vita Loca, 150. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 264, your 264, 264 straight. And by the deadline date, ladies and gentlemen, there it is again, promised. Top two numbers, you cannot go wrong. And by the deadline date, again and again and again. And I did this live. Everything that I'm saying to hit by the deadline date, I specifically did a live video yesterday explaining how you can go back to the very last date and win. And I've been producing nothing but very last date wins from that list that I produced yesterday live. Everybody should have been cash apping me. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 8342. 8342. I promised the top two numbers. I said if you listen to 7091, focus on my top 4 digits, which I promised the first two big money patterns will manifest between 10-9 and 10-15. I also guaranteed it would go to Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, 0971. I'm telling you, when I go live and I tell you that these numbers are going to fall and you don't believe me, something's wrong. I gave out 0971. I said that my first would fall last and my last will fall first, but ain't nobody believing Mr. Bascomb. I gave that number out straight. Where are you at? Where are you at? 0971 straight. And promised to fall on yesterday's date. Triple dollar signed it, guaranteed it to go to Michigan. I said it will fall between 10-9 and 10-15, specifically. Ladies and gentlemen, 317, your top two numbers. What I say? It's your number one number. Your number one number. Your number one big money pattern, and it fell by the deadline again and again and again. Again, top two numbers. I promise the top two numbers. I'm telling you, these people are coming at me from angle, and it's getting a little difficult, but I'm telling you, these top two numbers. As you can see, 6437 did not lie to me. It told me to make 9850 your second choice. I did that. I followed winning instructions. I conveyed those winning instructions to the VIP. At 6:12 a.m. around the clock, I am doing my best to make sure you are getting a promised hit. So, again and again and again, you will see that number over and over and over again. Promised. $8.11 was promised. Your 2296, ladies and gentlemen, 2629. You see that right there? 1014, I said it would fall. 2629. They dropped 2296. Ladies and gentlemen, your 830 came straight in Florida. 830 straight and deadline. This means I gave this to you yesterday. All of these deadline numbers I gave to you yesterday straight. I promised you this number would fall today. What I say yesterday, today, and you didn't listen. You didn't pay attention. So I just have to take another 2-3 weeks off, and then we'll see if you'll listen when I come back. 760, ladies and gentlemen, I promised 760 would fall straight. 760 fell straight on that promise. Top two numbers. 629 did not lie to Mr. Bascomb. There you have your 5363. Ladies and gentlemen, I predicted that that number would fall. 3356. I said on 1014 you would see that combination. But I went a step further. And I promised that combination would fall. Triple dollar signed it. I said it would manifest between 1011 and 1017. Who's listening? Who's paying attention? Who's following winning instructions? Promises, 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 promises. I keep all of my promises. 785, ladies and gentlemen, I promised that big money pattern would fall for my VIP. All they had to do is focus on the top 5, invest in the top 2. That's all. 786, ladies and gentlemen. I promise that would fall same day. 786. Promise. 1124, ladies and gentlemen. It fell 2141. I said it would fall between 10-9 and 10-16. Okay, so let's go back over here and let's go check out. Let's see here. Let's see. 2 days ago. 847 928 between the dates 10-12, 10-18. Only number on fire. The only number on fire. 323. Said it would fall between 10-13, 10-20. Okay, let's see here. Six two six straight. Said it would fall between 10-10 and 10-17. 626 promised to fall straight. Promised the only number on fire would fall in Michigan. Eight four zero. I promised 840 would fall straight from the 877. 840 fell straight on that promise. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, with your own eyes, you can win multiple times running, meaning investing my combinations in these states and your state, of course, multiple drawings. This is for investment purposes only. I am not a advocate of gambling, nor do I promote it. I go for what I know is going to happen for sure. So I keep getting people wanting to know exactly what you need to do to get involved. The only thing you need to do is go to dynamicpredictions.onrender.com. Now, on there, you're not going to see all of these numbers. You're not. You're going to see just what I promise, just what I guarantee, and just what I believe will fall. So you're going to see a very smaller version of what you see here. But I still only recommend the number one, the number two, and fire. Do not, I'm telling you, do not send me any money. Do not buy a package if you're going to join and then ask me what numbers do you play, because we don't play the lottery here. We are investors, and investors don't play around. Okay, some people might say that if you're investing in the stock market, you're gambling, which you truly are. But I'm telling you, this is something totally different, a total different scale, when I can promise you every number with a star will fall. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's over 20 numbers. Because I know we gave you 523. I know I gave you 866. I know I gave you 224, 428, and 728. But I'm just going through the motions of showing you that this is something that's going to happen every single day. You can't stop this. So again, if you can't follow simple winning instructions, do not join. You can join by selecting any of my packages. I have about 4 packages. You can select even the smallest package. If you are new, I will give you 7 days. 7 days on my private Discord channel. That's where you see me posting these. This is where the numbers come first, and then I shift them to the website, and I only post the promised and guaranteed numbers on the website. So again, numbers don't lie, people do. And I have not told a lie since I've been doing this. So again, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me telling you that a number will fall, listen to me. That number will fall. When I tell you to watch out for a particular sum, those sums will roll out. So yesterday, I put out a list. And let's see here. It looks something like this. This is good till 10:20. You're going to see the sum of 8. You're going to see the sum of 18, 21, 14, 12, 13, and 20. You're going to see 653. You already saw the 503. You're going to see 975, 364, 256, 579, 239. Again, we saw how powerful the 503 was. 206. 206 is overdue for Michigan, so watch out for 305 in Michigan. And you see we got the 526 in Michigan, so watch the 526 go where the 305 dropped. Also watch out for 266 in Ohio, 266 in Florida, 266 heavy Florida, 266 heavy Florida, 266 heavy Florida. Let's see here. Texas is heavy for the 206, 260, 620. And triple fives, Florida, triple fives and triple fours, Florida, triple fives, You got triple ones and threes and fours in North Carolina. So remember, that's 2 states before, 2 states after. That's Georgia, Texas, Florida, Ohio. Okay. And if you would like, I do have a cheat sheet for the 4-digit available for sale, $30. You can get the $30 will also get you a free trial in my VIP. I'll give you for the first time 7 days. If you've already been a member, you'll get 2 days. I want you to watch out for that 9263. 9263. Watch out for that one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be out of here for a second. I got about an hour to myself before Tennessee drops out. And then right after Tennessee, as soon as I get done with Tennessee, Texas drops out. Then you get a little small breather. Then Georgia drops out. Then Ohio drops out. Then Michigan drops out. You get a little small breather, but that breather is about 10, 15 minutes because you still working back to back on all these other states. Next thing you know, Florida drops out. And before you know it, North Carolina drops out. And you're just getting done. And it's around about 3:30, 4:30, 5:30 sometimes, depending on what other things you got going on. So again, in order for me to stay as accurate as I am, I have to stay out of the body. In the body, I can only talk to you. Out of the body, I can get the information for you, bring it back to you real time. And I do it every day. So again, when I tell you that these numbers are not lying to me and you don't believe me, something is definitely wrong with you. I'll see everybody at the winner's table no matter what. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work.